There you are. Impressive work back there. The Marmor didn't know what hit them when our forces stormed in, and I've got my ship back. Of course, the Prowler's been sitting at dock too long. She's ready to pounce on that bastard Paladil as soon as we catch him. And catch him soon we will. You have the captain's word on it. Good. The sooner we're underway, the sooner we can catch Paladil. Raise anchor!
The battle's on! Hurry! They need you topside!
That's mage fire! Clear the deck! They've summoned a god's damn sea serpent!
Watch out! It's going to ram us! Burn that beast down before it sinks us.
Quickly! To the ballista!
It did not like that. More incoming. Watch out! Man the fire launchers. Destroy that damnable snake. Borders. Those portals. We'll use them to launch an attack.
for the true king is risen.
Spread out!
Even if I fall, Naaman will be my vengeance. Naaman has the Staff of Madness. Nothing you can do will stop him.
The Serpent Slayer! You saved the day!
You made it. I was beginning to have my doubts, but I trust that the Viceroy will no longer be a threat. Then this is cause for celebration. Let us return to the shore and share the good news with Major Sirenwe. Are you ready to return? By Joan and Jode, I wasn't sure we make it out of that one, but you never cease to impress. Things are always exciting when you're around, it seems. No, I will stay aboard the Prowler. I miss her greatly when we are apart, so I will celebrate our victory here on deck with my crew and several bottles of moon sugar double rum. You go on. Savor this victory. You certainly earned it.
The Queen must be told of our victory here today. Tales of today's battle will undoubtedly be told for generations. When soldiers of the Aldmeri Dominion face impossible odds, they will not retreat. They will say, "Remember the Battle of Seaside Sanctuary," and they will press on to victory. Let us hope. If they do rear their ugly heads again, we will smite them once more. There remains one very serious concern, however. The soldiers we captured say the Viceroy conducted a ritual to raise Prince Naaman from the dead. We have conflicting reports on that concern, but Razumdar is investigating. Regardless, your first priority is to inform the Queen of our victory and this unfortunate news about her brother. Give her this letter. It contains all the details.
I hear you've been busy, my friend. Good. Very good. Is that letter for me? I see. So the rumors were true. Peladil. It is good that you brought him to his end, but I hope you aren't too weary, may I? Peladil may be gone, but his actions are being felt across Valenwood. We have much left to do.
Your Majesty, the undead are massing at Drilidan Pass. A Lich Lord commands them, and he wears the royal crest.
Naaman, then I must beg your indulgence. I cannot speak just now. Please, speak to him at once.
So it is true, then? Prince Naaman has been raised from the dead and now seeks vengeance by corrupting Valenwood? Gods help us. That makes this even more difficult. And with the undead already outside the city gates, we must act now. No, the Lich Lord, Naaman was commanding the dead earlier, but he's since departed the area. Before anyone can go after him, though, we must first drive the undead back from the city gates. You should make haste to Drilidan Pass. I'm certain they will be grateful for your assistance. Look for Scout Katani just outside the city gates. She's helping to coordinate our defenses. I'll remain here in case the Queen needs anything.
What have we here?
I have been a soldier all my life, but never have I seen such a dreadful turn of events. Prince Naaman? An army of undead? It's fortunate Camoran sent the Vine Dusk Rangers, because there are simply too few Dominion troops to defend the city. Talk to the Vine Dusk. Bodring is in command here. He'll know best what needs to be done. May the gods be with you, friend. May the gods be with us all.
Help shore up these walls, or we're all dead. It's ugly and getting uglier out here. As our living soldiers fall, the ranks of the dead swell. At this rate, we'll all be fighting for the other side by tomorrow's dawn. And that's not even the worst part. It's Prince Naaman. Poor old boy's been raised from the dead himself, but he's not himself. No trace of the hero Irene says he was in life. He's pure evil now, and from what we can tell, he's the one leading the undead army. I haven't a clue, and I don't have time to worry about it. We need to focus on the living, not the dead. Main Akuzri and several soldiers are stranded in the old merchant tunnel up the northern path. Think you could get to them? If you see any soldiers in need, help them out. Anyone who falls, the Heritants will just raise them to fight against us. But the most important thing is getting to the main, though. He dies here. That's one more blow to the Dominion. I don't know. I haven't seen him myself, but I can't tell you how many soldiers have fled from the forest, terrified and bewildered, mumbling to themselves about Naaman. To hear them tell it, the prince, or whatever he's become, is everywhere. Not long ago I heard Naaman was leading them. Then he died, And I heard that wasn't true, that he was a hero. Now, I don't know what in oblivion to believe. After the death of Sylvanar, the Main came to offer his condolences, and his assistance to Valenwood. Then this mess started. He led a scouting patrol into the old merchant tunnels, but they got cut off. It's possible they've all been killed.
The incessant clamor of the undead at the gate finally stops, and you come through the gate. It is a relief to finally see someone new from among the living. Is Akusri correct in thinking you have come to our aid? Good, very good. The tunnel is cleared then, yes? Akusri is eternally grateful. He can make it back to Marburg and send reinforcements to hold the tunnel. The far greater concern is discovering what has prompted the undead to attack. Yes, This one saw the prince with his own eyes. He is no longer Naaman though. He has been raised and possessed by some darkness. Even so, Akuzri does not understand. The prince ordered his forces to attack, and then he disappeared. No one knows, but if destroying Marlbrook were his goal, you would expect the prince to remain, yes? No, the prince planned something else, and his plans must be uncovered. You are clearly capable. I think you should undertake this task. You must consult with Indenir. He has already been considering this question. Akuzri must warn you. Indenir is very strange, even for a Bosmer. But this one has never met an elf with such understanding of nature. Come, let me introduce you. Indenir, the tunnel is finally clear. Akuzri will return to Malbruk and send soldiers to reinforce this location.
Yes, that makes sense. Perhaps it's better if I go out into the pass and try to discover why Naaman ordered the undead to attack in the first place.
Yes, both of you go. Find out what Naaman is planning and report to Malbruk. Don't try to do all this on your own. And of course, may bright moons light your path.
I appreciate the main sentiment and the support of the Dominion, but ultimately, it falls on us to protect Valenwood. Since the Sylvanar's death, I get the sense that Queen Irene feels she owes us something, but we Bosmer are not helpless. Of course not, and I'm grateful for your assistance. It's true that I can't do this alone. I just think marching the entire army into the forest would be a mistake. Come though, we mustn't tarry. We must discover the Shade's true motivation. I don't think it's that simple. The Shade has assumed Naaman's form. It retains some of Naaman's memories, but it's a different entity now, with different motivations. The Shade is undead, so we must consult the dead to discern its intentions. Drilladan Pass is old. Many Bosmer died here, and some cannot be raised by any magic. They are the accursed souls who violated the Green Pact. Come with me and we will try to commune with them. Perhaps they will know what the Shade truly plans. Oh, there are many ways. Perhaps they cut down a tree, or ate berries from the local plants. Sometimes their intentions were good, but Valenwood is unforgiving. If they violate the pact, they cannot pass from this plane. No, they are tethered to their remains, and they cannot pass into death, nor can they return to life. Thus they remain witness to all that transpires among living and dead alike, but unable to participate. Come, let us see what they know of Naaman. I've been underground too long. I can't wait to get back out into the forest.
Staying out of trouble?
I think we're in luck. Though most of the local wildlife has fled from the undead, the torchbugs have remained. Many people do not know this, but torchbugs are among the most perceptive creatures in the forest. They're amazing. I can ask one of them to lead you to the remains of the cursed dead. If you can find the skulls or some such, bring them to the stone table. I will go ahead and prepare so we can commune with them. Just trust me on this. It'll work. You'll see. Let's see if I can speak to this one. Come here, little one. Yes, that would be so helpful, thank you. Off it goes. Follow it to find the skulls and then meet me at the stone table. You who were condemned, hear me. Your only hope of being released is to tell us why the dead have been risen.
Ha! We need no release. The Shade of Naaman heralds a new age, an age where we will be restored, and you are the ones who will be judged.
Hold on, how do you know that? Did the Shade actually tell you that?
He doesn't have to. When the forest is transformed, who do you think will inhabit the Shadowwood? We will.
Naaman does not have the power to release any of you, but I do. Help us and you'll have your chance at freedom.
I'll tell you, don't listen to that fool. The Shade seeks to corrupt the forest, to create a new realm. It's called the Shadowwood.
I suspected something like this. It explains what we've seen. The Shade of Naaman does not seek destruction, it seeks transformation. We need to close these shadow rifts quickly. First though, I promise their souls release. Not easily, but I promise them. Since I will fulfill the sentence, I think you should decide whether any of them should be released.
Fool, do you not see what's upon you? Look around. The shadow will consume all Tamriel and usher in a new age. An age where the dead will be redeemed and the living will suffer. The other races laugh at us. Why do we depend on them for wood we could easily take for ourselves? The Green Pact is for the weak. We are not the servants of the forest. The Green should serve us.
It's odd to watch the slaughter of your people through the empty sockets of your own skull. My family was slaughtered by the Wood Orcs, and I burned down their village, every last structure, every last tree for revenge. I shouldn't have harmed the forest. I should have rallied my people in a morning war and feasted on my enemies.
We told you what you wished to know. Little good that it will do you. But we were promised release. Please, you must release me. I shifted, which is strictly forbidden by the Green Pact. I was cocky, did it to prove that I could, that's all. It was a mistake. I understand that now. Please, I've suffered enough.
It pains me to see the forest suffer like this. I can sense the green itself calling out for vengeance. Glad that's done. The pleading of the condemned is almost too much to bear. One way or another, they are returned to the forest. I won't question your judgment. Their fates are decided, but the fate of Valenwood is what concerns me. These shadow rifts the skulls mentioned, we must close them quickly. That's where the Shade's realm is bleeding into ours. I haven't quite figured that out. I can feel them, though. They feel like wounds in the forest. I have some small ability to mend the green, but it requires all of me. I'm going to need your protection. Such foul creatures in my forest will not be tolerated.
Leave the shadow rifts alone or you will suffer for it.
cleanse the forest or die trying.
Desist, living one. You meddle with forces you cannot understand.
I will purge this corruption from Valenwood, whatever it takes.
You go too far. Now you will experience the Shadowwood for yourself.
What foul magic is this? Is this the Shadowwood? It is. This is what the Shade seeks, to transform Valenwood into this, a realm of darkness and evil. It's inconceivable. I do not know. I never imagined this realm would be so elaborate. How could he create this? Where does he get such power? We have to stop this, whatever it takes. Perhaps we can find the source of it. Yes, we must. Perhaps there is a gateway back to our realm, back to Valenwood. Some place where life and death intersect. That's it! The stone table! I must go. I'll meet you there.
I hope you like it here. You're about to become a permanent resident.
It seems our circumstances are even worse than I imagined. The corruption of the Shadowwood expands across the forest. I fear it's too late to contain it. We must find the Shade of Naaman himself, here on this plane, if we are to stop him. I know not, but I certainly aim to find out. First, though, you must report what we've learned to Marbrook. We need to at least keep them informed. Don't worry, when the time is right, the forest will help me find you again. Until then, be safe. Don't take long. We must press on with our efforts.
I can't believe my eyes. The undead are actually receding. For a while there, I thought we were making a last stand here. I'm betting it wasn't our brilliant tactics that drove them away, though. Conquering Marbrook wasn't their top priority, was it? Then it's as the Main suggested. Magical forces are at work here that we can't fight with sheer numbers. I shouldn't be surprised. I'm just glad we have you and Indenir on our side to sort this out. Yes, I think maybe Ifri smiles on us after all. I wish this victory didn't feel so hollow. Other than keeping the undead at bay, it seems there's little we can do to battle this darkness. We are here to support you and Indenir, though, if you need us. Are you going to rejoin him now? That's Indenir for you. Always trying to shoulder all the burden himself. We can't let him get away with that, though. There's whispers that Naaman's actually been raised as a lich, and if that's the case, Indenir's definitely going to need you. One of the spinners said Naaman was a lich and was at Hectorheim. You and Indenir should go there too when time allows. For now, though, Indenir's bound to be in Varant Morass or Dreadful Lane. You should catch up with him. He needs you. Indenir's a real piece of work, isn't he? I always thought he was half mad. They say he has the green in his blood, but most things that man does, I just don't understand. Recently, though, I've realized just how fortunate we are to have him. Mad as he is, I thought he came from the Bramblebreach clan, but some said it was Woodhearth. Truth is, no one knows. Even heard he was raised by an old grot oak, cradled in its roots, weaned on the dew from its leaves. He's a mystery, all right.
Stay away! It's not safe here! I'm glad you're here. I've been trying to help these poor people, but it's futile. There's a blight here that's turned them into rabid beasts. These Bosmer may be beyond aid, but we must find a way to stop the blight from spreading. Undoubtedly, it's the corruption of Prince Naaman's shade, spreading through the forest and somehow affecting the people here. The blight emanates from the trees, which may offer us an opportunity to at least contain it using the standing stones. Long ago, before the Green Pact, the standing stones were used to protect the people from the aggression of the forest. If we can activate the stones, it could prevent the trees from spreading the blight to anyone else. We must work quickly, my friend. Clearly, the blight doesn't affect all Bosmer, But if anyone wanders into this area, I suspect there is a strong chance they will become afflicted. If we forbid a scouting party of Vinedusk Rangers comes here. I can't be sure, but I suspect it's our people's connection to the green that allows us to be infected. Other races will be immune. It also seems that some Bosmer can resist the blight. For that, I have no explanation whatsoever. I think I can actually sense the blight attempting to corrupt my mind. I've never felt anything like this. Even the water here seems to be somehow tainted. The corruption has spread to these plants as well. It's like they're dead, but not dead at the same time. Ifris bones. The corruption is coming from the den of the eldest. We need to get there, quickly. If the eldest has been corrupted, then everything in this area, every plant, every creature, and every person will soon become corrupted as well. I can't imagine how this blight can so easily penetrate the forest's protections. It is an ancient plant, a strangler. It's been here from the beginning. It's the lifeblood of the forest in this area. If the eldest is truly tainted, then regardless of the Green Pact, we must slay it. I don't think so. We must consider the significance of the Green Pact as a whole. At its core, it's a covenant in which we protect the green and the green protects us. In this case, we must cut off the limb to save the trunk. It's the only way. Not without assistance. After we've killed it, you must remove its heart. We may be able to use that to grow a new strangler to take the eldest's place.
You can destroy the eldest, but you cannot have the heart. It belongs here in the Shadowwood. You will bring it to me.
And we find ourselves here once again. It's so unnatural. It makes me feel queasy. The eldest's heart must be the nexus that ties this plane to ours. I suspect it is also tethered to Naaman's servant, the one who addressed us. We have no choice, though it sounds as if we risk handling the eldest's heart back over to the enemy. Perhaps, though, we might also purge more of the blight while we were in this realm. That might help us both here and there. The trees in the forest. The taint came from the eldest, but it has undoubtedly spread to the spirits of the trees themselves. If we can slay the corrupted tree spirits, more of the forest may be spared. The eldest's heart can help us. The heart's energy could help you slay the tree spirits, but I'm actually not sure that would be a good idea. If we use the heart this way, it will be corrupted. It would destroy any chance of using it to grow a replacement for the eldest. Thank you for understanding. I do not wish to make this any harder, but I feel that compromising the eldest's heart would be wrong. Go on then. Kill the corrupted tree spirits. I will search for Naaman's servant.
Count your victories while you may. Your every step brings them. Yes. Bring me the heart, and I will grant you a merciful death. Maybe. Your hopeless heroism ends here.
It wasn't easy, but we did it. We stopped the blight from spreading, defeated Naaman's servant, and we still have the heart we can use to grow a replacement for the eldest. All things considered, this went as well as I could have hoped. Thankfully, your efforts within the Shadowwood saved many of them. But there is still much corruption in the forest. I can feel it. Our work is far from finished. Here, I'll take the heart now.
Now, where did he run off to? Well, aren't you the bold one, running around this part of the forest? You've got to be either fearless or just plain foolhardy. Haven't you seen the undead? I'm a Vine Desk Ranger, and I'm not even sure I'm safe here. Ah, yes, you're the one he mentioned. He'll be glad you're here. The Veiled Heritants were one thing, but the undead are too much. They're Blackroot clan. They were a cruel lot even when they were living, and now they're even worse. Don't ask me. We're at a standstill as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even sure what's at stake. Until I know more, we're hunkering down here. Indani has been running around, though. He's probably got a plan, but you two are on your own for now. You know, he comes and goes. Oh, yeah, there he is.